right, so I really appreciate everybody joining today. I know that a lot of you tuned into my 101 recording, and hopefully you found that helpful. And I just kind of wanted to do sort of another, step to that. A lot of you do have your oils, and so you might be wondering, what's next kind of thing. You've maybe started off with the basics, and you kind of want to know a little bit more. So I wanted to do just a kind of a training on that. I'm going to touch on a lot of different things that they offer, and just kind of, kind of speak to how I use them in my life and how you might can sort of incorporate them into your life. Okay, so in this webinar, you will learn and we'll kind of go over this, my favorite natural solutions products, why you might want to shift, more in the natural life direction, and just kind of think about how you can incorporate the oils and the products in your life in different parts of your life. And then, of course, simple steps to incorporating, because a lot of times people get really overwhelmed when they want to do certain things, and they want to, get rid of synthetics in their house, and they want to kind of make over their cleaning, and it just kind of does get very overwhelming. So I wanted to give you some simple things that I do and that, others have tried that have really worked, and so you can maybe just take notes and just start somewhere. You don't have to do it all at once. Just kind of shift in that direction and start thinking about what all you can do with these oils. So a little bit about me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carrie Cootie. I am a pharmacist, and I'm also a natural health and business coach. I'm a gold leader within Doterra. And first and foremost that comes in my life, I'm a Christian, I'm a wife, and I'm a mama of two children, a 4-year-old little girl and a 1-year-old little boy. And they definitely keep me busy, but, of course, like anybody else, you want to provide, any other parent, you want to provide the best for your kids. So that they're a big reason of why I do this, this education. And really, I like to show other, parents kind of how to incorporate this in their life. So before we get started, please know the following things. I'm not a medical doctor. Even though I have a doctorate degree, I'm definitely not a medical doctor. As a natural health educator, I teach others how to enable their body to heal themselves. So none of these oils are actually going to heal your body. They're just going to help your body and enable it to heal itself. And that things that, that I tell you that have worked for me, it's just, that's the only things I can attest to that they've worked for me personally. I'm never going to tell you anything that I don't know to be true. If I say something has worked for, another person, I'll mention that in there. I only talk about things that I know have worked personally for me. Another thing is I value modern medicine and its place in this world. I went to school for, I guess it was 6 years. I don't know. Yeah, it was a long time ago. A long time, and studied modern medicine, and it's come so far, and there's great advances in modern medicine. I'm very thankful for that, but I like to turn to natural solutions first, and that second. That's just, the route I choose. But I definitely value that, and I really think that they can be used together in tandem really well. And so I just wanted you guys to know those few things before we get started. So I have a recording of the 101 class, and there's the link to it. I know it's kind of long, and I'll be happy to post that in the chat feature if anybody would like that. And you can kind of go watch that and see more of the basics, what essential oils are, how to use them, and things like that. But this webinar is kind of a step, past that. So I did want you all to know that was available. So let's get started and talk about beyond the starter kit. So I'm not sure where you all, it's kind of hard to know what oils you have and what not, and what you haven't tried or what you haven't. So, I think that the oils are awesome, and just depending on what you started with, you probably just got the basics. And so there are a lot of other products that you can replace your current regimen with. So, if you think about, you look at these things on the screen, we've got children's supplements, we've got hair care, we've got vitamins, you got skin care, all of these things you can really look at and think, okay, can I redirect my spending from going to Walmart or Walgreens and getting these things? And, now I can buy a much higher quality product, and add it onto my order every month. And it's really more simple to do it this way. And obviously you're getting a much better, more natural product. So I think it's good to kind of look and see what all Doterra does offer. And, this is really, we're shifting our mindset and our life in a different direction. And so I'm very thankful that, I trust what Doterra offers is the best out there because I just know their integrity. I know their standards. So, it just makes it more simple. If they have a multivitamin, children's multivitamin, I'm going to use that one because I know it's the best one. Their hair care, I know it's better than anything else I can buy. So I really, value that their standards are that high that I know that they've already made the best product. So I'm just going to start using that and trust that. So, high quality supplements. This is one of the best things about Doterra, other than the oils to me. This draws a lot of people in when they are transitioning to this lifestyle. And really with supplements and of course the oils as well, it's really consistency is the key. So, if you start with the multivitamins, you can't take them one day a week or, just sporadically. You need to really take them consistently, just like you need to eat healthy foods consistently to really get the best out of these products. And I think, that's what kind of transitions a lot of people. They kind of have to make that mind shift. We'll talk about this, but, I need to put the oils in different places in my house so that I can, not have to fumble for a bottle of lavender when I need it, in my son's room or whatnot. I can have these things strategically placed so that it's very easy to transition into this lifestyle. It's always better if we make things easy for ourselves rather than more difficult. And I'm always looking for ways to do that because, we're all busy, especially if we're moms. It's a tough job to do and we need to make things easier on ourselves. So just speaking a little bit about, that's on the next slide, sorry. Okay, so taking inventory. I think it's really good to know kind of what direction you want to go in. Is there anything on this list that you really think, I would like to make a shift in that direction and, in a more natural direction, a better direction in any of these categories? Because if you kind of don't know where you're starting at, it's hard to sort of get where you want to go. You really want to have a goal in mind and kind of have a roadmap to get there. And, just say, for instance, you said, I want a healthier home. I want to, green up my home. But, if you say that and you don't really know how to do it, you probably won't ever really get there. It's really good to say, well, I'm going to replace this cleaner, maybe this month. Maybe you're on a budget. You can only do one thing, every week, every month. It's just great to know those things and kind of get that in your mind and know where you're going in that direction. So just to think about your healthy day, or, this might be my healthy day. I don't know. I did put pictures of myself. And I just think it's good to pause for just a moment and think about what areas of your life, obviously, we just looked at that slide, that you want to shift in. Like, what are your top health priorities? And it's so easy to want to do things for our kids. We're always focused on them, especially if you have little ones. They need our attention. But honestly, it is great, of course, to focus on them some, but you need to focus on yourself, because we'll talk about self-care in a little bit. But if you don't take good care of yourself, then it's very hard to take really good care of your kids, because you're always going to be burnt out. You're going to be tired. You're going to be, a little bit more irritable, whatnot. So, I think it's good to kind of really think about yourself here and think about, what would your perfect day be? What would, what things are priorities in your life? And that will trickle down and affect your kids as well. So I think that sometimes we need to really think about ourselves. And in thinking about that, you could kind of create a wish list. What products do I already have? What products, might I need right away? And what products might I want? And that kind of gives you a list of, of course, if you're on a budget, I was at first. I bought my starter kit, and every month I just added on to my collection. And we'll talk about the loyalty rewards program in a minute, but that's the best way to purchase your oils and products, because you get the percentages back, and then you can just purchase more oils to, replace the ones that you've used or try new things. So while we're going through this, you might want to create sort of those lists for yourself so that you can, like I said, sort of have a game plan about this. And the great thing about the membership is it does go a whole year. So, you don't have to get everything up front. You can add to your collection as your budget, allows you. Okay, so a little bit more about these specific supplements. I've been doing a lot of research about detox recently. I think it's a great way to just sort of clear up your body, obviously free up beauty energy. And what that really means is that when our bodies are so clogged up, we don't absorb nutrients correctly. We can't clear out the cravings that our body just, our body's screaming, I want sugar, I want caffeine, I want this or that, because that's all it knows. It's trying to survive. So if we kind of think about it as, you want more energy and you want to feel better, but you kind of have to clear out the sludge to be able, your body to be able to really function at its highest capacity. And a lot of the first two, Terrazyme and the PB Assist and the GX, what this is really trying to do is clear out, your intestinal tract, because we know that plays such a huge role in our health. It's just, you think about brain health and, just overall health, it really does start in your gut. And it's kind of crazy to think about if you don't really, if you haven't studied it much, but it really is true. And so to really live in the optimal range of health, you're not going to go to a drugstore and purchase these things. These are like in a completely different category than that. And I think that a lot of people don't really understand the difference. And until you do, I can understand where it might be, kind of confusing, but you're definitely going to want to look at these products and think about these versus going to a drugstore. You want to make that shift. So basically, I think a lot of people get a little bit confused about why we need supplementation. They think I eat really well, I exercise, but just the condition of our soil, the condition of our food, even if it's organic, you still need supplementation because you're not eating the food that they ate 100, grandparents ate 100 years ago or whatnot. And it's just not the same quality. It's said that you would need to eat 5 times the amount of fruit and vegetables to get the same amount of nutrients that they got. So that's why we need these supplementation, so much. So to start, the Terrazyme, so this would be something that you would take as needed. And what this is a digestive enzyme. And before, I kind of was introduced to this through Doterra, I didn't know anything about digestive enzymes. I'm sure that you can get them, at other places, but I just had never seen them and never really, I guess, thought I needed them really. But what it is, it helps to break down the food that we consume that is maybe cooked. It's packaged, foods that our body can't break down as readily, because when we don't eat raw fruits and vegetables and raw foods, those contain enzymes that help break down themselves, and other foods in our system. And so when we don't eat raw vegetables, throughout the day or even at specific meals, it takes longer for our body to digest that meal. And what that is doing is it's causing our body more energy to digest that food. That means decreased energy, for ourselves to do, perform the activities that we need to perform, and also for our body to do the things that it needs to do to, help us to be at optimal health. So that's kind of why we need these digestive enzymes. I personally like to take one on an empty stomach in the morning, just to kind of almost like clear out the dust bunnies overnight, that maybe your body didn't digest all the food, maybe you ate a late meal or whatever it was. I like to take one on an empty stomach in the morning. And then I'll take one throughout the day, just depending on what I eat. So if I don't eat, a salad or some kind of raw vegetable at my other meals, I'll take one before, or that, just depending on what I eat. So you can take up to 3 a day. So that is Terrazyme. The next one I want to discuss is the PB Assist and the GX Assist. So just PB Assist by itself, it is a probiotic. And the reason Doterra's is a little different is because it combines the prebiotic fibers and the probiotic fibers. And so a lot of, you would normally just take a probiotic. That's what, people, you would think, have heard of. But prebiotic fibers actually feed the probiotic and make it work better. So they have actually included this, in one pill. And they also have double encapsulated it. And what that means is that it can survive the harsh environment of your stomach and actually make it to your intestines where it needs to go to get absorbed and work better. So that's why PB Assist is a great probiotic to choose. Now, if you were just taking that daily, and that's what I would recommend, would be to take one daily, you can actually do the GX Assist for 10 days. And I do 1 month on, 1 month off. And what that does is just kind of, it almost makes the PB Assist, just kind of supercharges it and really cleans out your system. And you wouldn't want to do that obviously every day. It's just sort of like a mini cleanse type thing, but it's just a good thing to do, like I said, every other month sort of, just to kind of keep your digestive system working really well. And then the last one on here is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And I've talked about this one before, and you may all be familiar with it, but I wanted to go through it again just in case, people didn't know why it's the best supplements that you can buy, period. I mean, these are phenomenal. Anybody that has taken them that I've heard from absolutely loves them. Increased energy and focus, and they're great. So I'll go through each component and kind of speak about those. So the Microplex VMZ, it is the multivitamin component of this supplement pack. And what make really all of these, the whole pack different, is that they are all bioavailable. And what that means is that your body, once you take these pills, your body knows exactly what to do with them. It doesn't have to break them down. It's in a usable form already. A lot of the multivitamins that you can buy, really most of them, they have to be broken down by your body and into usable parts. And a lot of times there's not much usable about them. So really they just get excreted out of our body and never used. So it's kind of a waste of money. And a lot of times, you see these mega vitamins, and you see these that don't have enough of each of the different components. And neither of those are good, obviously. You know why not getting enough, but getting too much is not good either, because your body, it has to work so much harder to break all that down. It's just not good that way either. And what Doterra prides herself on, again, is a balanced pack of multivitamins. That it's just exactly what your body needs. And that way your body doesn't have to expend so much energy, to use these. Of course, it contains the 12 servings of fruits and vegetables, of course, and all that in there. The next part is the E-omega, and it's sort of like the fish oil component of the pack. And it actually contains 9 different essential oils. So I love that I do get these in with that, even if I don't use, maybe I was just busy and just forgot or left them at home or whatnot. I love that I get those oils in with my daily pack when I take this. But, the best thing about this to me is that they do source the different omegas from land and sea animals. So you kind of get different components with that. And it's just a great mix of the essential fatty acids that your body desperately needs. I think a lot of people, they shy away from, fatty foods or even natural fats, just because we're such a low fat, society. But our brain needs fat to function. It functions off that. And so when we starve it of fats, it really, we can get headaches and just, not feel well overall. And I experienced, mild headaches almost every single day before I started taking this. And I never really knew why, but my brain was getting fatigued at work. I was staring at a computer screen all day, and I wasn't obviously giving it the right nutrients that it needed. And so that's the thing I noticed right away, was that I didn't have those headaches anymore because I was giving it what it needed. And I think that a lot of people could really benefit from this supplement that maybe they don't have, they're not older in age, they don't have cardiovascular issues or anything like that. They don't know why they need to be on this supplement, but it's beneficial for everyone. And then the last component is the Alpha CRS. And this component, I'm sure you probably could get another one, but there's not that many that I can compare it to on the market. It's very, unique. It works very well. It's called the Cellular Vitality Complex. And what it does is it creates energy in the body through a cellular level, because it actually can increase the number of mitochondria in your body, which is the powerhouse of the cell. And since it does create energy at that cellular level, that's why we see energy throughout the whole day and not just for a couple hours, because it does create that long-lasting energy without caffeine or anything like that. So you'll see increased energy, decreased pain, and because of the decreased pain, because of the decreased inflammation, you will see decreased pain. Okay, so oils in the kitchen. For those of you who know me, you know I love to cook. So I use my oils in the kitchen all the time, whether it be from replacing spices to just enhancing dishes with the essential oils. If I run out of a lemon, I just like to use it, in place of that. It just makes it so much easier, because there's nothing worse than getting in the middle of a recipe and realizing you don't have a lemon or a lime or things like that, the different spice. So I love that I can, always know I have those things kind of in my back pocket. And I think that's really what sort of draws people into essential oils, is because they are so multi-use. And I love that. I like efficiency. I like to purchase a product and be able to use it in hundreds of different ways. And I really feel like, of course, that is what is so appealing. Of course they work, but to have that just multi-use, it is wonderful. So just a few different things, here. I know that you obviously, anywhere you would use a lemon, you can use, 1 to 2 drops of lemon essential oil, same with orange and things like that. The way I like to use them, I use them in my salad dressings. I can use them in smoothies. I love to make a hot tea in the morning with, whatever tea bag you might have, but then add some cinnamon into it. It's really good. Peppermint and brownies, any kind of marinade. I really like to use them in marinade because, they are potent, but it works in the marinade really well, and it penetrates the meat well. You can soak your vegetables in lemon, a few drops of lemon, and some vinegar and water. It helps to clean them and get any kind of residue or pesticides, off the skins, but it also helps to prevent mold. So it can make your produce last longer, which is really nice, and imparts that flavor on whatever, fruit you might be putting it on. So, of course, I always have a diffuser in my kitchen as well. So in the mornings, I'll fire that up with some peppermint and wild orange, or, whatever I'm feeling like for that day. And it just kind of, my kitchen and den are open, so it just kind of creates a good atmosphere in there. I love to do that in the morning with my diffuser. So speaking of mornings, this is kind of, a few of the things that I use in the morning that I wanted to speak about. So just to kind of go around, the On Guard toothpaste is a wonderful form of natural support for your body, for your mouth. It's fluoride free. It really does whiten teeth. I've noticed that on my own. I always used to, want whiter teeth, but I didn't really want to use I don't know what you call them. Anyway, those little strips. I'm trying to think of the name. I never really wanted to use those because I made my teeth really sensitive. So I've noticed, I kind of forgot about it. But once I've been using this probably for 3 years, and my teeth have become a lot whiter because of it. And of course, it reduces plaque as well. My kids, I want to start this on them. It's a little spicy. I love the spice, but so your kids can use this if maybe they're a little older. Mine are probably a little bit too young still, but it's fine if they swallow this. So if you want to try it on your kids, if they love the taste, that's the only thing getting past that. I love to also, I didn't put it on here, make a mouthwash. So I'll fill a 16-ounce bottle with just water, and then I'll put just a few drops of stevia in it to give it a little bit of a sweeter taste. And then I'll put spearmint or peppermint, whatever you might want in there, probably about 10 drops or so. And it creates a great mouthwash just to kind of rinse your mouth out after you get finished brushing your teeth in the morning. So the next thing that I use every morning is the natural deodorant. And it's they just came out with this not that terribly long ago, I guess about a year. And it's just a great natural deodorant to use. A lot of people, they've tried this or that, and they don't really, they're always on the hunt for the best deodorant. And, I'll be honest, I did not like this one at first, but I tried it again. I wanted to give it another shot, and I actually started adding a drop of pure essential oil on top of it. Whatever you might like, lavender or geranium just left me. That's what I like to use a lot, is geranium. I put a drop on there, and I'll sprinkle baking soda on it because this doesn't have baking soda in it. So I like to add a little bit on top of it just for the antiperspirant effects. And so I'll apply that, and it's really been working great. And just a side note on that, I used to really struggle with that because I knew I didn't want to use regular deodorant, but I just still wasn't really happy with what was going on, if you know what I mean. But I have noticed that once I've cleaned up my diet, I don't smell like not that I smelled that bad, but still, I mean, there was an odor, you know, when you use natural deodorant. If you all don't use it, sorry. But the people that do know what I'm talking about. There is none when I eat what I know I need to. So I think that makes a huge difference. So the next thing is the Virage system. And I put this under morning, but I use it actually morning and night. And so just to speak on a little bit about what makes this different. This is, I mean, in my opinion and the opinion of many others, it's the best plant-based skin system in the world. It's actually made up of plant extracts and essential oils. And it's great because it kind of promotes a healthy or an optimal lipid balance. And they studied, you know, all the lipid balances, you know, like the fat content of a healthy person's skin. And so they formulated this to kind of replicate that. And it's kind of marketed as anti-aging, but I mean, I know a lot of people that use it, you know, no matter what age. And I find that, I love it. It's a very light system, which sometimes in the winter I need a little bit more, you know, of a heavier moisturizer. That's the only thing. But I love this system. It's very quick and easy to use. And even if I don't use the whole system in the morning, because sometimes I do oil cleansing with just coconut oil and some other kind of essential oil like lavender or frankincense, and just apply that and then rub it in really well and then wash it off with a warm washcloth. And sometimes that leaves your skin a tad bit dry, so I'll use some of the moisturizer in the morning. But I love the skin care system. The next is the kind of the hair care line, the shampoo, conditioner. They have a root to tip serum, and they have a glaze. And I use all these products and love them. My hair used to be sort of frizzy, and it could get just not a good texture. And I didn't know that a hair care system could actually change the texture of your hair, but that's exactly what has happened with this. And, you know, I used to always have to blow dry my hair and straighten my hair just to get it to look good. But now I can just let it air dry and, you know, and it looks great. It's not frizzy anymore. So I'm very thankful I started using this. And also, I used to notice that if I would use shampoo for a little while, I would need to swap. I don't know. I guess your hair would get used to it. I'm not sure. But I don't have to do that with this. I've been using it for 3+ years and then never had to swap anything else. So I love the shampoo and conditioner. I also use the root to tip serum on my wet hair sometimes, and I'll use it occasionally when I want to get sort of that beachier look, you know, kind of like scrunched up look. I'll use that on the ends of my hair. And the Healthy Whole Glaze, I use that too. It has more of a, you know, just like you would think of a glaze, a little bit stiffer when you put it in, but it really keeps away the flyaways and kind of keeps your hair looking smooth. So I love the hair care line. The last picture down here is just a picture of what I put in my morning detox tea. And it does have a lemon in that picture, but I do use the lemon essential oil. You know, I like to rotate because there are different benefits to the actual lemon versus the lemon essential oil. So I love to use it every morning in that. That's just another way, of course, you can kind of sub out if you don't have fresh lemons or you just want to change it up. Okay, so green cleaning. This is sort of a busy picture, but I just wanted to just kind of touch on a few things on here. And I think this is actually a picture that I found, and it was out of the Doterra Living magazines. And that's a great tip. If you don't get those magazines, you can add those to your, you know, your standard order or your LRP order. And it has so many good tips in there. You know, I think most people get them. I don't know exactly what the qualifications are to get them, but they're great just for different tips and for learning more. So, you know, this kind of just goes to show that if you have, I think I got 6 ingredients that basically if you have these, you can clean everything in your house. It just makes it that much more simple. So, On Guard, Melaleuca, lemon, baking soda, cast-off soap, and vinegar. And you know, those are on this picture, but it's just, you know, it's so simple to me that I can have these, most everyday ingredients. You know, the essential oils, of course, I would already have, but I can use these to create products. I can use them on their own to clean my entire house. You know, before I would have to buy a bathroom cleaner and a kitchen cleaner and a window cleaner and whatever else. You know, there's just so many different ones. And you know, if I ran out, I'd have to go to the store. Now I just keep these products on hand and I can whip up things in a couple minutes with usually about 3 or less ingredients. And there's so many different recipes that you can look up. It's very, it actually makes life for me more simple. And I love that, as a busy mom, wife, I just love that it makes life more simple. So I was going to go through a few of my other favorite products. And this one is a cleaning one. It's called the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. And some of you may use this. I'm sorry, that's kind of blurry on your screen. So it's a multi-purpose cleaner. And, if you didn't want to make your own, like with the ingredients I listed before, you could totally use this to clean your whole house. It really does. That would be even more simple, right? And it kind of goes to show, you can make it a multi-purpose cleaner. You can do laundry, bathrooms, dishes, and it gives you the different dilution recipes. So what I do is just, I do the multi-purpose cleaner, and I like to add some additional essential oils just for, deeper cleaning, or really just for scent. I like to add clove and spearmint. It makes it smell really minty, and it kind of amps up the cleaning capacity because it has the clove in there, which is great. So like I said, you can clean basically any part of your house that you want to with this. And what I've noticed is it's just fun to make these products. I guess everybody might not think it's fun, but I do. And maybe I'm a dork that way. I don't know. But you kind of are wondering, well, what can I make next? And what can I clean this with? And it kind of just makes cleaning not so mundane. I know it's something that sometimes we don't have time for and sometimes we don't want to do, but this just kind of makes it more fun. And really, another great thing about this is that whole bottle is only like $13, I think. And you can make 12 all-purpose cleaners with that. So it is very economical, and you only have to buy that one bottle. Okay, another product I love is the On Guard Foaming Hand Wash. And this is another, obviously, product that you can replace. And the big thing about this is it doesn't contain triclosan. And that's one of the most damaging ingredients we can have in our home. And it's slowly actually being pulled off the market. And I think we just kind of went antibacterial crazy there for a little while. And what we were really doing is kind of, shooting ourselves in the leg, because when we eradicate all bacteria, which is what antibacterial products do, there is no good bacteria to kind of help kind of manage the bad bacteria that may come in and fight them off. So, that's just not very good for us, for our environment, things like that. And I think that this is a great way to kind of introduce a healthy immune support to our kids. A lot of times, well, obviously we should be washing our hands all the time. So it's just something that is very easy to incorporate into our lives and our lives of our family. So that's one of the things that I love most, one of the products I love most. So speaking about kids, I just wanted to mention about healthy kids. I know some of you might not have kids, but a lot of us do. So the Touch Kit, which is over here to the left, this is something that's relatively new that they came out with. And it's just, a lot of the most popular essential oils that you would use on children. And it's, of course, I use them myself, so I guess it's not limited to kids, but they're diluted in a great dilution ratio. A lot of people are, wonder what dilution ratio should I use? And there's, this just makes it more easy. You can just buy these and they're pre-diluted, and it's just, it's just ready to go. You don't have to do it yourself. So this is great for, those busy moments, the on-the-go moments. You can keep these at your home, in your diaper bag, in your purse, just wherever, to kind of make life easier, I guess. So the other thing is the children's supplements. And I use both of these with both of my kids and love them. The AZ Chewable is just a chewable multivitamin. I think I started giving this to my daughter when she was a little over 1, and the recommended is 2 a day. So I just gave her 1 of those a day, and she loves, she asked for them. She loves the way they taste. And I think that if you present it to them, it's sort of like a treat. They just, they don't know any different. So I love that she does love these. I just started giving them to my son, and he likes them as well. So those are a really high quality multivitamin. I know that, we see all these things on the news now about this vitamin has this and that, and they contain all these artificial sweeteners, which aren't good for us. So this is a great brand that you can trust to give to your kids. And the next supplement in this pack is IQ Omega, and it's the like official supplement, but it doesn't taste fishy at all because they put wild orange in it. So it just has an orangey taste, and it does have sort of a greasy feel. Obviously, it is fish oil, so I like to put it in, I make kombucha, so I'll put it in that, but you can put it in juice or whatever. You can actually use this as a salad dressing. So that's kind of a different way you could use it. But, you know, it's very important for our kids to get the things that they need for healthy brain function as well. And this is sort of the same thing I was talking about with the E-Omega. This is the kid version of that. So, you know, just definitely when they're in school, but, you know, obviously year round, this is just good for their development and for their brain function, especially when they're in school. Okay, so weight management. This was a little blurry too, I apologize. So I'll just go around the different things on here, kind of, you know, I don't really like to say weight management. Really, it's just kind of maintaining a healthy lifestyle because, you know, of course you can lose this to, you can use this to lose weight, but really it's just going to help your body come to a healthy, normal weight. So if you need to lose weight to get there, that's great. But, you know, a lot of times people don't, you know, if they're already at the weight they want, they don't want to, you know, use weight loss products, but this is really weight management products. So I will talk about Slim and Sassy first because that's the main picture on your screen. This is an oil blend that contains, I think there's 5 different essential oils in there, and they're each in there for a purpose. So it contains ginger, cinnamon, it just left me peppermint, grapefruit. So the grapefruit is in there to help curb sugar cravings. The ginger is in there to help with your stomach, just sort of keep it at a good digestive flow, I guess you could say. The peppermint is in there because it does actually decrease your appetite. And the cinnamon is in there because it helps you contain a healthy blood sugar. So I love that, you know, there are oils in there and you can know why they're in there. You know, they pick the blend because it's going to help you in so many different areas. So the way that you could use this is the recommended dose is 3 to 5 drops, 3 to 5 times a day. And if anybody wants to try this, I usually recommend to do the soft gels just because I think it's much easier to just have those and be able to take them that way. Some people like to put it in their water. I don't care for the taste as much. It's pretty strong. So if I do put it in my water, I only put 1 drop. But I prefer the soft gels to take. So you could either take these, you know, like I said, 3 to 5 times a day, depending on if you wanted to lose weight or just maintain. I like to take one in the morning and the afternoon because I know that I like to snack more in the afternoon, and maybe I know that I didn't want to eat as much at lunch or whatever, you know, is what you need. But that's how you sort of gauge when you need to take them if you're on weight management. And of course, they have the trim shakes and the Terra greens and things like that. So there are different other things you can look at in this weight management system. So to touch on a few of the other oils on this picture, peppermint on your temples in the morning, it's really clearing. I love it. It helps invigorate me, and it actually motivates me to kind of want to move my body and work out. So I like to use it a lot in the mornings because I love to go on runs in the mornings or do yoga or whatever. It's great to do kind of before the kids wake up and really get in a good workout. So I love to use this one in the morning. Lemongrass is great because it helps prevent post-workout soreness. So you can kind of use this on your muscles and it will help, you know, prevent that from ever happening. But if you do get sore, Deep Blue will be your best friend. You use this just like you would any kind of pain relieving cream, muscle, you know, rub type thing. You could just put it on where it hurts. My sister actually puts it on before she works out because she is prone to sort of tighter muscles. And so this actually helps relax those muscles so they don't get so tight when you work out. So you could use it before and after, either way. Breathe is another good one to use. You could use it on your chest to sort of open up your airways, or you could use it on the bridge of your nose. Say, like if you're doing a yoga class, you know, the breathing is very important in that. So you could use it to kind of open up your airways in that way. So I did want to just mention that they do have a protocol for a 30-day cleanse or renewal. And this is really great, you know, if you're kind of wanting to shift into this lifestyle and you really have these tools to use. And it's sort of something good. It's sort of like a stage 1 cleanse. So you don't actually have to change your eating habits for this. And you would just kind of follow this protocol and take these things on the different days. It has the days at the bottom that you take them. And it really just helps your body to clear out any kind of, you know, built up toxins that are, you know, like I was saying, that are kind of helps you free up that energy that your body needs or that you know, want to feel. So you can look this up online I just wanted to definitely mention it. And, you know, they use these oils because they support your body in, you know, in detoxifying at a higher level. So this is a great cleanse to think about. So throughout the day, you know, obviously we're talking about shifting our lifestyle. So we're going to want these at our fingertips all day long so we can use them in different situations that might come up. So I just included, if you're seeing the screen, some of you might not be, you might have called in, but I have a thing that says make over your purse, make over your diaper bag, your gym bag. And most of these were found in that Living magazine. So they have great ideas about how you can use the oils in different ways. My favorite little thing to use throughout the day is this little keychain that's in the bottom right hand of your screen. And you can actually add that to your order, you know, whenever, if your monthly order or just your one-time order, you can add that, and it has little sample vials that you can put whatever oils you might use throughout the day. You can throw one in your purse or, like I said, in your diaper bag or gym bag. So it's just an easy way to have them, you know, when you need them throughout the day. And if I don't have these, you know, at my disposal wherever, I'm going to be less likely to use them. You know, if I have to always walk to my one oil, you know, collection that's in another room all the time, I'm probably going to not use it as much. And so it's really important to have these in different places in our home when you might can use them. So throughout the day as well, you know, sometimes if I have head tension, I like to use the peppermint or past tense. Those are both really great. I know those things, you know, kind of come up during the day, so I wanted to mention that here. Sometimes, you know, if you have head tension that just those two things just don't cut it, a lot of people like Deep Blue. So I wanted to mention that. Some people don't think about that for head tension. So yeah, that is something that can be really helpful. Obviously, throughout the day, you know, I like to diffuse oil. So if I'm at home, I'm using the ones there, but I also just got a car diffuser, which is nice. If you're in the car a lot, it's really good to have one there as well. So you can use it just to kind of, you know, if you're at night, you just need to pick me up, or in the morning, you know, just whatever. It's great to have one that you can use there. Also throughout the day, I love to use the hand sanitizers that I make. And a lot of people have the alcohol versions of that, you know, hanging on their purse or in their car. So this will be a good switch you can make there. And there's a lot of different recipes that you can use. You can actually make a hand gel type, or you can just add essential oils to water and put it in a little bitty spray bottle. I love to reuse my 15 ml bottles and put a little spray top on there. And so I just fill it with water. I'll add a few drops of coconut oil to make it a little bit moisturizing. And then I'll put On Guard or whatever other essential oil that I want in there. And I have these like everywhere, in my car, in my purse, and diaper bags and things, because, you know, it's just great to use throughout the day all the time. So those are just a few different things you might find useful. So self-care, how could we use essential oils and these products for self-care? And I use them all throughout my self-care routines. And self-care is so important for us, especially as women. We need to take care of ourselves, as I mentioned before. And it's just, it makes it easier to me to take care of myself at a higher level and just help my body function, you know, better. So oral care, obviously we already talked about the On Guard toothpaste, but I love to use, to add essential oils when I'm doing oil pulling in the morning, or when I'm doing the, this isn't oral care, but I just mentioned the oil cleansing on my face. I like to use it with that. I also like to soak my toothbrushes about once a week. I'll do some water in a mason jar, and then I'll put either Melaleuca or On Guard, a few drops in there, and then throw all the toothbrushes in there. So it kind of helps clean them and keep them fresh. And it, you know, they get that moldy smell, that old smell. So it helps kind of clear out the bacteria in them as well, and kind of prolongs their lifespan. The bottom left-hand picture is of us using the Virage system. So I think that's a great form of self-care, because some people, they just, decide they're going to go to bed and they just hop in bed, don't really take the time to kind of wind down and just really take care of their skin and their body. So I think that's really important, to use a good, facial care routine at night or in the morning, whenever you choose. We talked about weight management with essential oils. That's, the weights are there. That's definitely high on my self-care list. I just try to exercise every day, but at least every other day. So you can use those essential oils I mentioned in that area. And of course, in the mornings, I like to make this tea. I like to put some essential oils in my water every morning. If I drink coffee every now and then, I'll put some, cinnamon in it to kind of give it flavor. So there's just so many different ways that you can, kind of add these into your self-care routine. Oh, one of my favorites is adding lavender to Epsom salt and putting it in a bath. I try to do that at least 2 or 3 times a week. I love to do it more in the when it's cold, of course, outside. I just want to get in a warm bath more, but I try to still do it in the summer, because it's so good to help us sort of wind down and just relax. It helps you sleep better. So I always recommend people trying that. It's just an easy thing to do. So diffusing is one of the most popular and best ways to use essential oils. And I know that, in the one-on-one class, we went over the 3 different ways, but I did want to mention this. A lot of people, some people don't get diffusers in their kits and never, you still might not have gotten one, but, these are just vital in kind of, tapping one of the best ways to use your oils. And the reason why I love it, obviously it makes the environment smell better, but we get the benefits of these oils that we add to our diffuser for an extended amount of time. So when we put on a diffuser for 4 hours, we're getting, a very streamlined amount of oils for that 4 hours versus putting them on topically or taking them internally. Our body can burn through those oils very fast because it knows what to do with it so well. And so, if you want a steady stream of those effects of the oils, diffusing is definitely the way to do that. And, there are a lot of people ask me what diffusers I use, and, are the ones that you can buy on Amazon just as good? And my answer is always no. You can try those and you can start with those if that's what the route that you want to go. But I've been there and purchased a lot of those diffusers, and Doterra's is by far the best that I've ever used, and they're a higher quality. And, you might get a really pretty one, then it looks great, but it might tear up 2 or 3 months later, and you just spent, a good amount of money on that. So I've had my aroma light for, I guess, about maybe a year, maybe a little bit less, but it's still running fine. I have 2 or 3 petal diffusers, and they all run great. So I've had a really good success with the doTERRA diffuser. So I always recommend, if you want to start out the other way, that's fine. But, you might be coming back to this one, so you might just want to go ahead and invest in it. There's all kind of different diffuser blends. Kind of some of the ones that I love to use, I'll give you a few of. At bedtime, I like to go ahead and turn it on about 30 minutes before I go to bed, just so it fills the room and it creates that environment that for a good restful sleep. Some things that I like to put in it, some different blends. Just by itself, I love Serenity. I love cedarwood, maybe combine with that. Lavender, Breathe. Those are all good, ones to use at night. I also had started adding wild orange, which is one you wouldn't necessarily think of to use at night, but it is very calming. So I love to use that one, and it blends really nicely with some of these other ones. So there's so many you can try, but those are some of my favorites. My favorite in the morning is definitely peppermint and wild orange. That's just a go-to that a lot of people use, and it's just a great combination to get you going. The favorite combination I like to use in my office when I'm really trying to concentrate and just get in the work mode is clary sage, wild orange, lavender, and sandalwood. And it just creates a really good just like vibe, that you kind of want to set for when you really got to get some work done and get in the zone. So I love to use that one. So some of my top picks, just say you do just have the basics. These are some that I use all the time that would be good to add, every month, add one, or, add a few every month, whatever you want to do. The oils, In Tune, it's not one that I gravitated to at first, but I love it now. It's a great one to use on yourself and on your kids. I didn't love the smell at first. It's a very potent smell, I will say, but I love it now. Especially after I've had it on for a few minutes, it really starts smelling great. I think the sandalwood starts coming out when you put it on your skin. Obviously that one's for focus. So anytime, in the mornings, you could put it on your kids before school, or you could put it on yourself when you really, want to focus and stay on task. Immortelle, I love to use that one. Obviously on my face, it's great just to kind of amp up the cell turnover and just, kind of reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, things like that. Actually, you can use it as deodorant. Somebody gave me that tip not too long ago, and I've started using a few. It is kind of an expensive deodorant, but it is great to use, every now and then if you wanted to swap up just using your natural deodorant stick. So you just apply a little bit under each arm. Grapefruit is another one I use all the time. It's great in diffuser blends. I also like to use it in my water. It's really great for sugar craving. So, that's always something that I'm trying to combat, because I really try to cut way back on refined sugar, and I only eat it on occasion. So that's always something that I could use a little bit more of. The Aroma Touch, it's called the massage blend, and it's really like, if you rub it on your shoulders after a long day, it's great for just a little mini massage and just kind of to relax and calm you down that way. I love the way it smells too. Wild Orange is another one a lot of people love. You can add it to water. It also smells really great diffused. So you can use it in recipes, things like that. It's another one, sort of a staple like lemon that you could, use in a variety of different ways. And Balance. It's called the Grounding Blend. And I know a lot of times my kids need some grounding, maybe literally, but no. But it really does help bring them back and just kind of calm them down and just really get them in check with, what they need to be doing, or kind of keep them in task. So I love to use that one on them and on myself to try to, just kind of calm any anxious feelings I might have throughout the day. So different products I love. I've already went over all of these actually. So the Barrage Skin System, the On Guard toothpaste, the foaming hand wash, the cleaning concentrate, the Lifelong Vitality, the Terrazyme, and the natural deodorant. So those are all my top picks for the products. So if we're going to be making some of these different things, I wanted to mention, just some DIY tools that you might want to have on hand that really, if you have these things, on hand and you've ordered maybe a variety of different things, it's really easy to say, oh, I want to go make this, and just grab the bottle and make it. You're done in like 5 minutes or less. So it's really great to have these things on hand. Some different online suppliers, Aroma Tools, it has the most variety and most, selection to pick from. And My Oil Business is another good one too. There's a lot of different ones out there, but those are just two I wanted to mention. And then items you might want to order, 10 ml roller bottles, some glass spray bottles. I would say small and large. Little usage guides are great to give to friends, or, you might want some for yourself. Sample vials to give to friends with those usage guides. The Essential Life book is great, for it has a ton of different food recipes, but also recipes for making your own blends and DIY products and things like that. And then amber bottles, just without the spray. So those are just some different things that are great tools to have. So I wanted to mention quickly about the Loyalty Rewards program, because, if we're talking about this and you're trying to sort of shift to that lifestyle, you're going to be, obviously wanting to order more products and different products. So this is the best way to do that. And just to kind of give you a breakdown of some people get confused, how much do I have to order? It is a monthly ordering system, but you don't have to order the same amount or the same things every month. Obviously, if you order more, you're going to get more points back, and there are certain benefits to ordering, certain amounts. But at the very basic, I always recommend people ordering 50 PV a month, because that is going to keep your points. It's going to keep your percentages accruing. And after a year of being on this program, you get 30% back, which is huge. I get probably 70 points back every month to purchase free oils with. And I mean, that's a lot. That's $70 a month. So, I definitely wanted to mention that. And that's really a huge perk of being a member. So, I definitely take advantage of that. So I know a lot of you already have oils, but if somebody's on here and doesn't, I wanted to just go through this really quickly. So the way that the Doterra membership works is it's $35 for a full year of membership. And that membership is really just as simple as a Sam's Club membership. You just pay the $35 and you get 25% off the retail value for a whole year. And there is no monthly minimum. Obviously, the Loyalty Rewards program is an optional program that you can opt into, but you don't have to do that. So how would you get started? You can either make your own starter kit. You can pay the $35 and add whatever oils you want onto that. Or you can purchase an enrollment kit. And, either one of those gets you the membership. They're just packaged a little bit differently. So if most people start with a prepackaged enrollment kit. So either way you choose, you're still going to get the membership and get that same discount. I wanted to go over and highlight two of my favorite kits. The first one is the Home Essentials kit, and it has the 10 most popular oils in it, plus a diffuser. So this is a really popular one that a lot of people like to get started with, especially because it does have that diffuser. And that alone is $50. So it really does save you money to get these enrollment kits prepackaged. And the Natural Solutions kit is the other one that is very popular for people to get started with because it has some oils, but it also has products in it that I think we talked about most of all the products that are in this. A diffuser, some hand wash, some toothpaste, some of the fractionated coconut oil, Terrazyme. So it has a lot of different products just to kind of, get you started and get you more of a base to have to transition over to that natural lifestyle. So what you get with a membership, you get access to our private Facebook page where a lot of different information, great information to sort of get you started with your membership and to kind of continue your learning after that. You would get a welcome call with me and we would go over different other benefits of your membership, and we would create a 90-day plan for you to, obviously answer any questions you have and really get you started on the right foot. If you do get a membership, you're part of a community of like-minded people, and that's huge. I've learned more about oils since I've, been a member, but I've also learned a lot of other things that kind of go along with, with oils and living a natural lifestyle. So I'm very grateful to be a part of a community such as Doterra, that Doterra has. And this month, I think it's through the end of July, if you enroll with a enrollment order of 150 PV, which is point value or more, you get a free bottle of Motivate and Cheer. And these are two of my favorite blends. They're part of the emotional aromatherapy kits. And I just love using them throughout the day. Cheer, I think that just kind of explains itself, but it smells wonderful. It's very bright and citrusy. And then the Motivate is more of a spicier, but it does have some of the minty oils in it. So it's a great thing to use throughout the day just to get motivated, or if in the morning or whatnot. So I love these two blends. So that's a great promotion that Doterra is doing right now. And I did want to mention that as a part of your membership, you can opt in to earning commission with this, which is a great benefit. And I love that Doterra, even if you didn't want to do this, they still give you the same discounts. Everybody has the same discounts, and this is purely optional, but it has changed my life. I would still be at the pharmacy and not get to see my kids as much if somebody hadn't shared this with me. So it's very close to my heart because it's absolutely changed my life. So it's something that I did want to mention. It would, if you did, want to start sort of pursuing this more, obviously you would have calls with me. We have so much training on our team. Our team is unbelievable with the amount of things that they offer to us. So there's a ton of different trainings you can have access to. And obviously, you would be a part of a like-minded community with this as well, of people that are really trying to change their life in the best way. So I think I made it in about an hour. Yeah, 9:04. I was trying to keep it in an hour because I just wanted to respect you all's time. But thank you for being on. I loved this. I found it today. I was looking through something and saw this, and I thought this is a great way to end it. It says, it's a quote. It says, "It's not that some people have willpower and some don't. It's that some people are ready to change and others are not." So I truly believe that, we have to be ready. So I know that I was definitely ready when I, joined Doterra and I got my essential oils. I mean, I just went and ran with it. And I just believe that, this can work for everybody and this is good for everybody. It's just that some are ready and some aren't. So obviously if you're on this webinar, you are ready. And I hope that you got, what you were looking for and maybe a little bit more because you joined in. And I hope that maybe you got a few tips that you can use to sort of just, make that shift into a natural lifestyle. Let's see, I'm going to stop sharing real quick. Well, if I can get my mouse to work. Here we go.